Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Oh, yeah, baby. What the heck is going on? Welcome to the Friday KVJ show. The heck is going on, everybody?
What the heck is going on with you?
Not much. Just kind of going through what my weekend is going to look like.
Oh, you're going to be ending up BFFs with Mark Wahlberg. You guys are going to bond at Rocco's Tacos. He's going to be like, hey, Kev, you want to come back with me, the Breakers? Let's go to the seafood bar and fuck it up.
Yeah, is that what you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish that would happen. Yeah, Kev, let's just go back there and fuck it up.
I would. I probably, I probably whatever he would do, I would do because he just seems like he has. Like if we were in the seafood bar, the Breakers, and he picked up a chair and slammed it across the table, I'd just be like, fuck it. I'd just pick up a chair and do the same thing.
That's insane.
Yeah, I think I'd be like, all right, fuck it. I mean, if Mark Wahlberg's, if it's good enough for him.
He's got this.
Right. I'd be like, all right, I think I'd do the same thing. I don't know why. Mark did it.
Just be careful if you start hitting tables in the seafood bar. Some of them are glass aquariums.
Oh, wow.
Remember that?
If the Queen was cool,
right, yeah.
if the Queen was cool with it, and he goes, Kev, I love you, man. Just watch me jerk off real quick. Would you do that if he asked you nicely?
Why are we going there?
I wanted to see where the line was at.
Because you let him talk. I think it's a valid question.
I want to see where you said you'd do anything with Marky. I want to see where the fucking line's at.
Kevin,
I'm
you
just saying
have
we're at the
to.
seafood bar. He did that.
You have to let Mark jerk off while you watch him.
Of course, no, of course.
I would see if he was serious. I'd be like going, I don't know, what do you got to do, man? And then if he pulled it out, I'd probably be like, all right, like, okay. Probably turn away at that point, but I'd probably be like, is he serious right now?
The Queen, of course, she's cool with it.
Yeah, she'd probably be like, yeah, she'd probably make me watch him.
Okay, so now we know where the line's at.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So Mark Wahlberg has a very busy day as we're recording this in an hour, which would be 11:30 a.m. on Friday. He's going to be at the Publix Liquors on Griffin Road in Cooper City till 1 p.m. Then at 2, he's got to zip all the way from Cooper City to get to Palm Beach to the Virginia Philip Wine, Spirits, and Academy. And he's going to be there until 3:30.
Get the chopper.
Yeah, I'm just looking at time-wise.
He might be doing a helicopter. He might be taking a helicopter.
Where do you land that on Palm Beach?
I'm sure there's a place.
Where? I mean, the only place you could land a helicopter on Palm Beach was when Trump was president, and that was at Mar-a-Lago, and you can't do that anymore. You can't land a helicopter on Palm Beach.
Maybe he goes to PBI.
Maybe. But then where do you, from Cooper City, where are you taking it? Is there a small airport
There's
right there?
got to be. I mean, I don't know because I don't have that world access anymore, but there's got to be places.
Okay. And then after he gets to Palm Beach, he wraps up there at 3:30, and then he's got to be back south. Whoever planned this didn't really plan it well. I mean, zipping a guy all over the place. Can't we, hit Delray on the way back up north? And
They don't understand. Just go from south to north or north to south, but don't go north to south to north to south.
Yeah. Poor guy's going to be so turned around. Like, where the hell am I?
He don't know. He probably just trusted somebody to plan his itinerary. He probably has some goofballs planning it.
According to my sources, there's an airport in Pompano.
I mean, that's still a little bit of a haul. I mean, maybe you could do that, but...
There's executive airports all over the place.
Somebody said, in Pembroke Pines. It's, so Pembroke Pines might work. There's a small airport there.
Me and Jay Bird, when we took a helicopter to Sarasota, our helicopter pilot landed it in a parking lot, basically, and he just said, let's do this.
I'm not sure if it was legal, Kev, but hey, fuck it.
Catch him. He dropped us off and then took off.
Right, yeah. So then he's going to be doing Rocco's Tacos in Delray Beach on Atlantic from 5 to 7. That's going to be nuts. I mean, honestly, that place gets jumping on a Friday anyway. I just think it's going to be crazy.
It is going to be packed. Get there early.
And then I just saw tomorrow he's going to be in Tampa doing appearances.
What time?
Starting at 11:30 a.m., he's going to be on Dale Mabry Highway, which is kind of like the big place that goes right by Raymond James Stadium.
I mean, is Mark on cocaine?
I mean, what the
That's
heck,
a lot.
right?
I mean,
Y'all, imagine we had an event schedule like Marky Mark. We would have to be on cocaine.
He's going to be at Lucan's Midtown. They're going to close the restaurant during the event. It's all for the Flecha Azul tequila that he's doing. And you'll have to get a ticket to get in. In fact, I think what I'm hearing is that's the way it is. Somebody had sent me an email and they said, I do have one ticket for the one that is going to be happening on Palm Beach. And so you have to have a ticket, I believe.
is he gonna just go on a stage and go, "Hey, what's going on, guys? Woo, tequila, drink it, buy it, fuck it."
There's
and
no
leave?
stage in some of these places.
But you can make a stage. I'm saying like a makeshift staging area. Is he just going to make an announcement to the good people and bounce out, or is he taking pictures with everybody?
Well, it says they'll have general regular admission tickets, and then VIP packages are also available for purchase. This is for his Tampa gig. It says those who purchase the VIP package will get to skip the regular line and meet Mark first. That costs $325. They say the cheapest ticket to get in, just to get in line to meet him quickly, is $50.
That's kind of cool. $50. I think it's worth it.
The line for the event will begin at 9 a.m. on Saturday. He doesn't start until 11:30. So, yeah, I'm not doing any Marky Mark events because I'm not seeing a freaking line for 2.5 hours, and it's going to be a zoo.
And then, I mean, a lot of those meet and greets, and I'm not trying to talk trash. It's, hey, what's going on? All right, bye, peace. I mean, they got to go through so many people.
Do you get a picture for that $50, or is it just a hi?
Not sure. I don't know. They didn't say in the details I just saw.
Can we touch his bicep?
Come on, three more
no.
questions Kevin doesn't know the answer to. Come on, 3 more.
Can we touch your bicep, Kevin?
No, you can't even do that.
I don't blame him.
Yeah. No, you're not doing that.
If I get a little Marky Mark tequila in me, I might just grab his bicep, even if he's not into it.
Yeah.
Hey, let me feel that bicep.
If you were at that event and you had some tequila in you, you would without a doubt ask the tough question of Marky Mark, why the fuck are your pickles so expensive?
Oh, you know I would.
I know you would.
I'm not stopping until I get tossed out.
I just want to hear his response because he's had nothing to do with setting the price, so he's gonna be so confused.
Whatever. Your face is on the jar, bruh.
It's funny.
It's a $12 pickle.
Panchita said, what is the address to the Cooper City location? There's 3 Publixes in Cooper City. It was the one that is right there. I think it was just west of University, if I remember right. And it is on Griffin Road, just west of University. So whatever that one is. I don't have the exact street address in front of me right now. But yeah, if anybody does any of the Marky Mark events, send us a photo and let us know what the experience is like.
Yeah, and if you're posting on social, just tag us and we can repost it because that's kind of cool to share with everybody. If you get to get face to face, or I don't know, a few people away from him, even tag us and we'll repost it.
Yeah, absolutely. Seems like a cool enough dude.
Yeah.
So that is going to be going on today. That'll be kind of exciting for anybody that's going to go check out Mark Wahlberg. And then I'm pumped about the football getting going. Got high school football tonight and tomorrow, even some college games kicking off.
How is Cannon doing? Is he, when's JV's first game?
I don't even know. Honestly, people keep asking me, like, hey, when does he start playing? I don't know. I haven't heard anything about when that is going to be getting going.
Because typically I would say varsity starts first and then JV kind of goes. I mean, I'm thinking about baseball, but I think varsity will be first. JV should be starting pretty fucking soon.
Yeah.
If varsity's starting tonight.
Yeah, they were doing it the other day because, yeah, he's supposed to be the starting quarterback for the junior varsity. And then he'll be one of the backups maybe for varsity. So I'm not sure if he has to dress or go to those. They don't have a game this weekend. They don't play again until Thursday, I think, against Palm Beach Central.
I want to see him play football so bad.
Yeah, well, I mean, we'll see. Poor kid, you know, he's having a hard time staying healthy. Here's a play. He got destroyed on this play. His ankle is about the size of a grapefruit right now.
Oh, no.
And it's purple and all kinds of stuff. Yeah, boy got to learn how to get rid of the football. He's rolling out right there and some guy just basically eats his lunch.
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
Fuck, he Goldberg speared him.
He got his ass whooped.
That's a nice field.
Yeah, it is a nice field. Yeah, they have a very nice field there. So yeah, he got his ass whooped on that play. So he's only played flag. So he's just like, what the hell just happened? He gets up and his foot's on backwards.
They used to those bruises, kid.
You know?
His foot's on back.
He's really trying to figure it all out.
The first time you really do get hit is life-changing.
And he kind of has Kevin's peaceful sensibility.
He does. I don't. They talk about having that dog in you, and I don't know if he got that dog in him or
He got
not.
that puppy. He got that puppy.
The kid's just trying to play a fun sport with his friends, and boom, You're right. The guy did WWE body slam him. It wasn't enough to get him to the ground. The guy had to make sure he hurt him. It was brutal.
He went through your poor son.
Oh my gosh.
Damn.
Yeah.
I'm kind of mad at that kid that hit Cannon so
he's
hard.
just playing the game. I told Cam, like, you gotta learn how to get tackled, how to get down to the turf, or get rid of that ball, dude. Yeah, he's like, oh, I didn't really think about it. Well, you'll think about it now.
Yeah.
You hope.
You can only get hit so many times. Like, get rid of the fucking ball.
If he doesn't start getting rid of the ball faster, you need to probably pull him out of football.
Yeah, well, we'll see how he does. So he's in it right now, and so.
Did he have to get an X-ray on that ankle, or it's just puffy?
They're encouraging it, and his mom, the Queen, she's not big on she doesn't really believe in going to the doctor. And
but you do have medical insurance, right?
We do, but he recently had a fracture. I think it was from playing basketball or something like that. He got a fractured finger. And it was kind of swollen up. Same thing. This kid swells like nothing I've ever seen. It's amazing how puffy this kid gets. He swells so easily.
It's not good, Kevin.
It's not a good thing.
You can't take a hit without swelling up like a marshmallow.
Like a puffer fish. You put a finger on it, he just puffs right up. And so he had this swollen finger, and it just wasn't healing. It looked a little crooked, and so we took him and. Yeah, she finally broke down and did that. And by the time we did that, it was like $300. And all I did was pull a splint on it. And she's like, I could have done that. She's like, why did I even spend $300 for that?
It shouldn't be $300. You can go to MD now where they have an X-ray. It was $300?
Yeah.
The copay is $35.
No, this is a little awkward.
This is what happened. Yeah, sorry.
I've done the same thing. Magnolia has been
I know, yeah.
in there a lot.
I like how she's yelling at you about
I
this.
know. I'm telling you what. Yeah,
it was never $300.
Kevin, you're doing it wrong. It's
I don't
your
know
fault.
what you did.
It's your fault.
I'll let you sort it out with the Queen because
Tell her to call me.
She's like, I don't care if his foot's falling off.
I don't care if he wakes up and it's on backwards again.
Yeah.
Well, let him hit him again. He'll turn it back around front ways.
Yeah, she's just like, she's like, look, I've had all kinds of injuries. I never got to go to the hospital.
He'll be all right. Look, it's part of it. It's part of it. You know. He'll get used to the injuries, and I'm excited to see him be a quarterback.
Yeah, that's a position he wants to play right now. We'll see.
And he's the one that's looking to be the starter on JV.
Yeah, right now that's what he had been told. He was going to be starting for JV. And
nice.
So as soon as I find out, I'll let you know when one of his games is, if he can walk the rest of the season. I'm not sure. His season might be done already. I don't know.
There's always golf.
When did that happen?
It happened, I think might have been Wednesday. No, it was on Tuesday.
He's got a couple weeks till that thing's going to be feeling it.
Yeah.
He's going to be a little fucked up. Mm-hmm. I love the league. And I mean, my ankles are made out of wood, Virginia. And
look at you. You walk like you are on stilts.
I sprained my ankle pretty bad just walking in a field one day. There was a small divot, and I missed. I mean, it wasn't even that big of a thing. And
that's all it takes.
I barely even twisted it, and my ankle blew up. So some people just got weak ass ankles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Does he have? Does he have?
I haven't noticed anything else with his ankles. I mean, we'll see. Now that he's in football, we'll just see. What kind of hit this kid can take and how he can. rebound.
I mean, that wasn't a weak fucking hit. He got
clocked.
The kid really made it count.
I got mine walking in a field. He got his being speared.
It's kind of like he knew it was a rookie. And they did a tackling drill, and I saw timid little Cannon get up there, and I didn't realize they put him against the biggest hitter. The guy's like committed to a big college.
Oh.
And just rocked the shit out of him. And I'm like, this kid's getting knocked around like crazy.
That's good though.
He gets back up.
That's what I'm saying.
He gets back up. He's swollen.
He puffy. He looked like the Stay Puft Marshmallow.
He's black and blue and double the size before the tackle, but he's up there. So we'll take a look at it.
You're a better man than me. I could not sit there and watch my baby play football.
Yeah.
I am not a football mom. I would be out there trying to fight somebody.
I hear you. You know, for me, why I love it, and I'm not one of those dads who's like, my kid's going to play D1, all that. I don't care. To me, it toughens you up. It gets you disciplined. It teaches you life lessons. And so for me, I'm happy he's in it just for all that stuff he's going to learn and how it's going to mold him.
Big time. Anything, that's at least at the minimum, that's what you're going to get. And I wouldn't change that in my life. I met some of the greatest people playing team sports like that.
Yeah, part of a team, camaraderie. He's got stories, making friends, all that kind of good stuff. And it keeps him busy, too. I know these years you can find either constructive objectives or destructive objectives.
Zero desire for baseball?
Yeah, that was where we took him because his sister was in softball, and it didn't take. That was where we put all of our eggs into that, and he just had no interest, and so we dipped out of that, and I said he's got to find his own sport, and it's football and basketball for him.
So bummed out if Rocco got into baseball.
No baseball. I'll do hockey because it's air conditioned.
But
you're smart. I will tell any parents to get out. The first thing is I think your kid's got to find their sport. My daughter, Caitlin, she's in the chat, and she was really good at golf and tennis, and she found a friend that liked softball and got out of that. And she was so good at both swimming and golf and tennis, 3 sports that she really could have excelled at. And she did great in softball too, but she was a nice little athlete. But man, they're all outdoors. And I was talking to friends like, well, my daughter plays volleyball, and like we don't have rainouts. It's air conditioned. It's the best thing ever. And I am hovering in a tent in tropical storms. It's some hot ass, small, dinky ass field in a town you don't want to be in the middle of Florida.
There's some bullshit that goes on in the softball, baseball world, Virginia. They take you to some just terrible towns.
The biggest and most complex softball fields in all of Florida are in the smallest, shittiest towns.
There's some shitty towns that you didn't even know are in Florida.
That sounds terrible.
There's shitty towns within shitty towns when it comes to this
Yeah, it was unbelievable. You thought you're driving into a shitty town. You're like, oh, not this town. And you actually drove deeper to a shittier town.
Where there's only one restaurant, really, a convenience store. It's just shit.
I remember I think it was Titusville, and I found Beef O'Brady's, and Beef O'Brady's in Titusville, and I was so excited. You would have thought, man, I found like an oasis after crawling through the desert for 3 days.
But a Beef O'Brady's is so typical of a baseball, softball type of road trip.
That's where you find them.
Yeah.
It's the best we had, baby. So fun stuff. So that's all going on this weekend. So I'll have lots of good objectives happening. Let me see. Other stuff watching. I've heard the Florida Gators have a special on Netflix, and I have heard not very good things about it. They said it was just a big old fluff piece. When Urban Meyer was their coach and they won 2 national championships, they had a guy who later would go on to murder several people. They had all kinds of dramatic situations going on. You had a player that tried to choke a coach to death. They didn't cover any of that stuff in this documentary.
I
really
hate puff piece documentaries. I hate them so much. Even if it was a Billy Joel documentary, I wouldn't want a puff piece. Give me the raw details. Give me the real story of the journey.
I heard a coach that was on that staff breaking it down who watched it, and he said, I couldn't believe. He said he said they didn't touch one of the good storylines.
A puff piece is it's basically just watching a blowjob of that person for an hour. Like, oh, this Kevin's great and Kevin's awesome and
not one of them.
Nah, I hate a puff piece.
Yeah. He said, the whole thing, because Tim Tebow is their quarterback. Maybe you've heard of him, the very angelic Tim Tebow.
Maybe you've heard of him.
He said the most fascinating thing was how Tim Tebow wound up at the University of Florida. He's from Jacksonville, but he thought he was going to go to Alabama. And Tim Tebow apparently prayed on it, and God came to him in a vision and said he needed to get the offensive coordinator back on track towards God, and that's why he went to Florida to save the soul of the offensive coordinator.
Direct quote from Jesus?
I believe so,
okay.
yeah. A direct quote came from Jesus to tell him that you had to impact Dan Mullen, who became later the head coach of Florida's life. And that's why Tim Tebow wound up at Florida, was to save the OC's life.
Did he do a good job? How's Dan Mullen doing today?
Questionable, Virginia.
Jesus didn't mention anything,
I don't
anything
know.
about that part?
Yeah, questionable. I don't know.
Was that part of
And
the
they
Tebow
should have
deal?
followed up on that. If they would have had that storyline, they could check in with Dan Mullen and be like, hey, how's your soul, Dan?
I'm knee deep in hookers and blow.
Yes.
Did Jesus mention any of this?
Interesting.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah. Okay.
What are your thoughts on that? Do you believe that, or do you think that's Tebow trying to just...
No, hey, look, I don't know. I'm not going to step into that. I mean, that may have been it. But to me, that's a fascinating angle and an interesting story, because it is, to me, the one thing that's interesting, because they have the recruiting stuff going on, and why these kids choose to go to a school a lot of times is the big answer, because now they can throw tons of cash at them. And so was it the cash? What was it that, was it the deciding factor on why you decided to go where you decided to go? And I've not heard many kids say that I got a vision from God saying that I need to save the soul of the offensive coordinator.
So Jesus is a UF fan then, because clearly he
Right.
talked him into going.
God's a Gator.
He doesn't like Alabama, that's for sure.
Yeah, I don't know, crazy. So that's one of the stories that you did not get in that
I have
the
trouble.
Swamp documentary.
I had trouble as an LSU fan swallowing that God is a Gator.
Well, it's crazy with everything going on in the
Why don't you
world.
Tell your
take-
husband that.
We're bringing him over to the FSU side.
Whoa, that's got to be hard, right? Yeah, he
It
is a
is.
Gator, and your daughter's at Florida State.
It's going to be a hard transition for him.
Well, in the busy day of a God or a Jesus, that he would take the time to worry about
Chomp, chomp, chomp.
college football is remarkable.
Yeah.
Chomp in the swamp.
Yeah, the stories are amazing. And then there was another story that the guy was talking about. Their star player at the time, they were playing a game. I can't remember what it was. I think South Carolina, and he just said, "I don't want to go." And they're like, "We kind of need you." And he's like, "Nah." And so the whole team was sitting on the tarmac for an hour as the coaches were begging this player to come and get on the plane, and he never did. He's like, I don't want to go. And they said whatever the kid said, he got to do. And like, that's the kind of stuff you need to cover in a documentary, right?
That's the stuff. I want to hear about that spoiled player that wouldn't go with the rest of his team that he practiced with, that was depending on him.
Yeah.
That's juicy.
Right, exactly. That's what I'm saying. So that's why he was just saying all the really great stuff that they should have been covering that would have made this a great documentary on Netflix for the Florida Gators. They didn't cover any of it.
All right.
I kind of want to go a little deeper in that Tebow
Yeah,
thing.
Percy Harvin was the name of the guy, if you're wondering. He was a great player for them, but apparently a massive pain in the ass.
Did he go to the NFL?
Yeah, he did. Mm-hmm. Yep, he did. Had some issues when he went to the NFL, too.
Shocking.
Yeah, go figure. At least he didn't kill anybody that we know of, though. So that's a plus.
Oh, he was a Bill. He played for the Bills.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, let Panda know that as well.
Yeah.
Let me see. We got a couple interesting emails here. One kind of a partial correction from Carol. She said, it's got the title of Virginia's wrong.
Damn, on Friday they're coming for
I
me.
know. All right. It says, in case anyone is looking for the restaurant that Virginia was recommending, Burritos Social, it is not north of the Indiantown Road Bridge. It is just south of the bridge. I tried to find it based on Virginia's directions, but when I did find it, her review was on. She was right. It was cute, it was charming, and super friendly. They have a great staff.
You just may get lost because
Sorry, I get turned around.
Magellan over here.
South of the Indiantown Road Bridge.
Yeah, so if you want to go grab a burrito this weekend.
Burrito sounds
were
good.
they were so kind and so fun, and that little place was so cute.
I love me a burrito.
And then they gave me a bunch of margarita coupons, free margarita coupons to give to the nurses. I'm going to go bring some to the Jupiter Medical Center nurses on Tuesday because nurses deserve free margaritas. Can I get an amen?
Amen, yeah, no doubt.
Can I get an amen for this little invention I've been thinking about? Speaking of burritos, you take a big big burrito, make a big burrito, and then within the burrito, you take little mini hard shell tacos and put them in the middle of this big burrito. So now you got two worlds colliding.
You have crunch
You have
and
crunch
soft.
and soft.
Yeah.
I know people have done that with Taco Bell with the two layered
Texture.
but this would be a little bit different. You're cutting into it, and you get little mini tacos in this motherfucker.
Are you high? You can tell me. It's the podcast.
You can be honest with me.
No one's going to get in trouble.
It's the podcast.
It's the podcast. Are you high?
I'm hungry.
And yesterday, I got to film my scene in the KVJ horror movie. Had a lot of fun with that.
I saw some clips. I saw some screenshots that Panda was sending me undercover.
Yeah, it was fun.
Looks
I can't wait to see how
good.
that turns out. Jaybird's going to be filming tomorrow morning.
Yes, I know a bunch of KVJ Nationers have reached out and they've sent me emails. There's just because I'm filming tomorrow, I still got another month of filming, so your number will be called if you've sent me an email. I just haven't had time to get to everybody.
And I don't know if you got any free time this weekend, but that guy Garrett who has the possessed doll, he got back to me.
Oh,
Yeah.
you can buy that possessed doll.
Suits, do you have that photo by any chance that you can throw up there? He was saying that he thinks, first of all, this doll has its beard and hair is real human hair. And he said that ever since he got it, and he got like an estate deal, that there's just been a bad energy, bad things have been happening to him in his life. He said that the lights will go on and off in the room. He's seen the doll like sit itself up, its arms will move. He's just like, this thing is creepy. I am afraid that if I throw it away, that bad karma will come back on me. But he will give it to you for $75.
$75?
Would that be a sale?
Sold.
Really?
Sold.
I love it.
Now, he had seen, I guess, what I do because I'd reached out to him on Nextdoor, and I guess he doesn't want to have any part of the weird and whatever or anything like that on it. So I guess he has no desire for any spotlight or attention. But you yourself would be able to get this doll. It has, gosh, what did he say? It has a name. It has a freaking Vlad. That's right. Its name's Vlad.
He kind of has a hint of like a Civil War magician mixed with Ron Jeremy and my father. It's got like all. That's what it looks like.
That's what you're getting out of
in
that?
the face. It's got at times it looks like my dad.
It did look like
But
your
it
dad.
also looks like Ron Jeremy a little bit, but it's a magician. But in Civil War,
it looks like a Vlad, and Vlad is an intimidating name because you think of Vlad the Impaler. That is actually a lot of people think that is the inspiration for Dracula, was Vlad the Impaler, and the doll's name is Vlad. I assume you need to continue calling it Vlad, or else it might be feeling disrespected, and it might try to correct you in a very evil, ominous way.
Ooh.
Why don't you call it Tinkerbell?
I'll sweat him, Vlad.
Okay, so apparently this Garrett from next door, who's got this possessed doll, can meet you this weekend, so we can expect your life to start falling apart on Monday.
He could meet us at the Crazy Horse. Is he listening? Do you know?
I don't know that he's a listener or anything like that. Denny's had contacted him, reached out to him. He sounded like he was very averse to whatever we do.
He didn't want to come on the air with us.
Yes.
He wants nothing.
And you know what? I respect it.
He wants nothing to do with it.
I understand it.
Yeah. So just mark this. Listen right now. If you start noticing weird things or Jaybird comes in next week and his head's on backwards.
But I'm kind of already a fucking mess anyway.
I walked with
know.
him to the kitchen this morning, and I'm like, dude, your gait is all fucked up. What? Why are you walking like that? He's like, I don't know.
I mean, I do know, but
Do you think it's a good idea he buys his doll, Virginia?
Absolutely.
Come on now.
I will chip in.
are you really concerned, Kevin?
Yeah, I believe in
Pussy.
this stuff.
I believe in it too, but I also believe in content, so buy that baby.
Chat room, should I get this doll?
Okay, yeah. Put up a poll, Suits.
9
Let's
out of
see.
10 people in the chat room.
Should Jaybird buy this possessed doll for $75?
I'll be shocked if it's not over 90%.
It
I'll
needs
be
to
shocked.
be over 90%. This doll could hold the possibilities of calamity or craziness or ridiculousness, like just the unknowing, just that.
I
Like,
just want some shit to go. Let's conjure up some spirits, y'all. It's almost Halloween time.
Can we get this doll side by side? Vlad side by side with your dad. Vlad and Dad, who wore it best?
I can.
And have them like wear the same exact outfit.
Here's the bizarre thing, and maybe I'll put a picture up later. I bought this weird magician figure one time at a garage sale because it looked just like my dad, which kind of looks like Glad.
His name's
or
Vlad.
You know what? It looked like my dad, and it looked like Vlad, and it made me glad. That's why I got it all confused.
We should make your dad pose for side by side.
Right. How are we going to know if this doll's having an effect on Jaybird? It'll be indistinguishable.
I come in and everything's great. Like I'm in a suit.
He comes in and I'll be like, oh my God.
Everything's going amazing.
Oh, wow. Oh. Okay. Any idea, like, how would your brother feel with this? He's in your place. Would he have any problem with you bringing a possessed doll in there? Would that freak him out? Or he'd be like, whatever.
Yeah, I don't think he gives a shit.
No,
He's not going to be there too much longer, so I don't think he gives a fuck.
And
anyway.
he's tough.
Yeah.
He's just kind of above it.
He don't believe in that stuff. I don't think.
Okay.
And I believe, you know, I'm the ghost guy. He don't believe in that shit.
Oh, really? Okay. All right. Well, then he won't have a problem with you bringing Vlad home. Right now, 72% of people believe you should buy this possessed doll for $75.
Oh, damn. Almost 30 people care about me. That's very kind. That's very nice, y'all.
I'm going to go vote.
Okay.
I'm glad about Vlad.
Mm-hmm.
So I got to... All right, I'm getting murdered this weekend.
No, have the guy meet you at Crazy Horse. Do the transaction there. Don't give him any personal information because you don't know this guy.
Mm-hmm. Don't
But
look
if you're
him in
at
the eye.
if you're at Crazy Horse, you're protected. You got your KVJ posse.
I mean, this almost is it's kind of got a little bit of seedlings of Grimsley. A little
It
bit.
does.
The whole scenario does.
You could
Wind up
redo
murdered.
a movie around Vlad next year.
How fucked up! I'm getting killed.
I know you're not. You'll be fine.
What a twist to the KVJ horror movie.
It doesn't even get made because I get fucking killed. It
But
doesn't get
Suits, you got to
finished.
film everything.
Suits, you have to film it if this guy bum rushes Jaybird, and then karate style. I think KVJ Nation should kick his ass.
Did it say where he lived at?
I saw from his next door. I think he's in Northwood in West Palm.
Okay, all right.
In that
All
neighborhood.
right.
Yeah, around that area. So
Oh, this is exciting.
track him down. Yeah.
Yeah, as long as you meet him in public, you'll be fine.
Oh, no.
Don't go to his basement to buy the doll.
Did you see the BTK? They believe he has more victims now.
BTK?
And
yeah.
Are you
They-
talking about the BTK or the Gilo Beach guy?
I'm talking about BTK.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Raider?
Yeah.
Dennis Rader.
Yeah, they're thinking his crimes went back further than they thought. There was a
Wow.
girl in Oklahoma that went missing late 70s, I think it was, from a laundromat. And he was featured on Mindhunter, and this investigator in Oklahoma, the small little town, he was watching that and he saw all the things that Dennis Rader did, and it was all the things that were the tell mark of this girl's disappearance. I think her panties were tied in the exact knot that he would tie. And Dennis Rader had said that he had a fantasy of watching girls in laundromats and picking one up and murdering them. And his fantasy matched exactly with what happened with this girl's disappearance.
It's the reason why that's shocking to me is he's such an attention whore, and he loves taking credit. I mean, if you see him in court talking about his victims and what he did, he just looks like he's beaming, and he's just so happy to finally be able to. So I'm surprised he wouldn't claim that and give that out there because he knows he's never getting out to get. And
Yeah,
these
like
guys
9 or
do,
10 lifetime sentences, something like that. he
Yeah,
has.
and these guys care about a kill count.
And the other thing that I saw in the report, too, it's interesting. His daughter, the BTK's daughter, goes and visits him in prison and tries to get more details from him about any of his victims to try to help bring closure and to make sure that all of his victims are accounted for and the families of those victims get closure.
It's kind of hard for me to get shook on some of that stuff, but I'd watched the recent BTK special they had done. I forget who did it. His daughter was involved with it, and I found out some fucked up things about the BTK that stuck with me. It was creepy, y'all.
Maybe don't tell me on a Friday. Kevin just said panties and it made me feel terrible. I don't want to hear anymore.
So, I don't know, murder on a Friday.
Right before you're about to get killed by Vlad.
That's why I want to get this conversation in now. I feel like I'm talking to him for the last time.
Wow, we might need to talk about it today because you might not be here Monday.
That's why I squeezed it in here.
Man, that would be funny though. Monday comes and I don't show up. No one can get a hold of me.
That's how you fuck with us.
Yeah, it would be.
I would never. That would give me such anxiety.
Do you think your mind would go right to that, Virginia, if you just didn't show up mysteriously on Monday?
Absolutely.
It wouldn't work because
I would instantly think it was Vlad.
I wouldn't be able to fuck with because if I didn't, people would know in the morning if I wasn't doing my job, and if to fuck with you, I wouldn't have to fuck with you for a joke and not get my shit done would be kind of.
Kevin would be really behind the eight ball.
That's not worth the joke. But if I really didn't show up and no one heard from me, because people start hearing from me on a Monday around 4:00 a.m. If you didn't hear from me since like a Saturday, and I don't come here on a Monday,
I would feel so bad that we didn't check on you on Sunday.
But it would take our show to the next level. This audio being played, and then I don't show up.
It'd be great for about 4 days for us.
Yeah, and then you find.
And then it would suck balls.
Then you find the body, because I'm dead.
And they did all kinds of weird bud stuff to you.
We follow your wish.
Vlad's actually in your ass.
I get killed in the most horrific way. I mean, the details are alarming. That really messed with your head, and I would haunt your ass.
Oh my gosh, I wouldn't be able to work for a month.
I would
least.
not cross over to the next side. I would definitely stay back to haunt.
Would you go into a doll?
I would. I'd fuck with all of yous. Yeah. I'm talking to you, chat room too. Okay.
All right, well, so we don't end it on murder. I wanted everybody to go and check out our KVJ draft for the best party cities in America. Yay, woo, party.
Thank you. Bring it back around.
Now, Denny's chose Miami, Boulder, Colorado, and Austin, Texas. Virginia went with Las Vegas, Chicago, and Los Angeles. Suits went with Nashville, New York City, and Atlanta. Berg kept it local. He went with Lake Park, Palm Beach Gardens, and Stewart.
If I don't get last place, I win.
Okay.
That's how I look at it.
Okay.
If I cannot get last place with that list, man.
If you're here on Monday and you're not dead, you win.
You're right.
I got Key West, New Orleans, and Asheville, North Carolina. So those were my picks. Who do you think picked out the best team of 3? Go to our Facebook and Instagram and let us know. We'll have the results just about 7:35 coming up on Monday. Y'all have an amazing weekend. See you back here then. Well, maybe most of us at least.
Damn, ominous.